Hey Ryan, what's going on? Just wait for more people to join here before I start chatting. Nice. If it's on the Chili, I'm not on the Chili. I'm on the UP Geneva sub. Yeah. Been along the Geneva all day. Trying to get some more crossings filmed. Primarily NEG bells. They got the new signals here at County Line Road they installed either last year or in 2018. And down there at Liberty Street and Pleasant Street, they just finished installing new signals there. You can kind of see it there. Waiting on some trains now. If the wayside signals there light up, I'm going to head back over to probably Pleasant Street and record that. Thankfully, I got a bunch of videos of the old signals before they were gone. The only exception as far as the bells on new signals is was it Richardson Avenue in Ashton, which got GS Type 3s for some reason. That one was installed last year. Unfortunately, I never got the old signals in Ashton photographed or filmed. So that's why I've been trying to hammer down on these signals before they're gone, just to make sure they're overly documented. Because now I can't go back and get videos of them now. There's the man, Jack Costin. We are doing good. Hey Justin, what's going on? Sitting in Maple Park here on the Geneva sub, waiting on some UP action. Just had 2 trains come through. Got them at Francis Road near Auburn, which I found out is getting new signals soon as well, which I wasn't expecting since that had a newer bungalow at it. Nothing is safe on the Geneva sub these days. Everything is getting replaced. Well, doubt 8026 went through today, since that went through, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Who knows, maybe 8055 still hanging around on the Chili, or on the Southern Transcon. So what was that, trailing about a week and a half ago in Joliet? Or no, that was 2 weeks ago now. Yep, there's Asa. Always got to be stuck in my streams, even though I told him I was going to be streaming. Yep, UP Geneva sub we were on. Figure it's something a little different than the Chillicothe sub. Like I said, I've been trying to document all the old crossing signals on this line. Since the last time I was on the line, the new signals have been installed at Pleasant Street and Liberty Street here in Maple Park, and 4th Street and Malta has new signals now, with 2nd Street and 3rd Street about to get them any day here. They might. I know there's been some new installations on the Troy Grove branch, but I think most of them have been at crossings that only had crossbucks before. Oh, really? It was in Minnesota. Let's see, what was it? It was Sunday... What was it? Sunday the 10th or 11th? Can't remember which day that was that I caught it. That I saw it trailing through Joliet on the Chili. And then obviously 2 weeks ago was 8052 leading through La Plata on a grain train that I didn't see. Yeah, but I can't complain. I got 8026 last week, so I'm pretty happy about that. Of course. There was a work train sitting in Rochelle today on the BNSF, and I was trying to read the numbers as I was coming up. I saw a 6 and I saw a 3-1. It's like, wait a minute. And I was like, 6531. Ah, dang it. No, 6931. And Geneva's been relatively quiet today. I've gotten a bunch of trains on it, but a little quieter than it was the last time I was here. Hopefully we'll be getting some more action soon. I think we got some eastbounds out by Rochelle coming this way. If any of those wayside signals light up, I'm gonna head back to Pleasant Street and get that filmed. Now that's got the new signals. I don't know where 7639's been. It was hanging out on the Southern Transcon for a while back in March. But I don't know where it's gone to now. I'm expecting that Leslie to get replaced any day now. That thing didn't sound too good the last time I saw it. Hopefully it gets fixed, but we'll see. I think John did inform our friend at BNSF about that engine, and if it ends up in Galesburg, to see if he can get the horn fixed, but I don't know if it's ever going to end up there. So we'll see. I know, Jack, you said, don't you have a KCS friend that you said fix 4817's horn if it ever ends up in the shop? That engine is such a tease these days. And actually, a few years ago, that ended up on the CSX New Rock sub on a work train, of all things. I didn't see it because I was working in Ohio at the time, but Robbie Gregg got it going through Joliet. And yep, it was that K5HLB with the dead 3B bell. I know a few years ago too, the 4834 I think led down the Chili on an Autorack train. But again, I was working at Cedar Point, so I didn't see it. Oh, it's a K5 LLA on a Gevo? Now, if it's a 8000 series, it's probably the 8088, which is a K5 HLA, not a hybrid, just a normal K5 HLA. That one I've seen twice. Once in Ohio and once in Mazan. I really need to get 8060 at some point soon. That's got a forward-facing hybrid K5 HLA. So far, the only BNSF K5 HLA I've seen is 6753. Let's see. I've seen all the UP Heritage units, and I've seen all but one of the NS ones. I forgot to put my phone on silence. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, I've got all the UP Heritage units and all the NS units except for one. And the only one I haven't seen on NS is the Southern Heritage unit. I don't know how that one's evaded me so many times. The first NS one I saw was the 8101, and that was the only one I saw before the big event they did in Spencer in 2012. But unfortunately, it was trailing on a grain train, and it was sitting in a grain loop near Dwight, so I didn't get to hear the K5 HLA then. But thankfully I got to hear it in 2015. And let's see, the first UP Heritage unit I got, I don't even remember. I want to say it was the 1995, the C&W one. Actually, I think I saw the 1995 and the Katy together on an intermodal train back in 2008. I think that was the first time I saw any of the UP Heritage units. I don't know if any of them are running on this line today. I know the 1996 has been running on coal trains around Peoria recently, but that doesn't come through this way on the Geneva. That turns at Nelson to head towards Peoria. We should be having some trains relatively soon. I haven't checked the ATCS in a while. ATCS on this line is really crazy sometimes. I don't know when to trust it. It shows green lines and red lines all over the place. Sometimes it's somewhat accurate, but other times it's just going off the deep end. Let's see, let's take a look. Get this reloaded here. This is on the Union Pacific Geneva sub. Doesn't look like much out there. Westbound going through Rochelle, but I caught that a little while ago. It looked like there were some more eastbounds coming, but now I don't see them. Redlining Cortland, but that's long gone. Here's what the ATCS screen looks like. We are about right here, just west of Meredith. And yeah, this line doesn't always give reliable results. I doubt those red lines up there are anything. And there's a red line at Dement, but again, I don't know if that's anything. Before, I used to get Elburn and West Chicago as well, but I have not gotten that at all on my DCS screen today. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, they're ABS signals. And I like UP signals because they'll light up 3 signals in advance in both directions. So if there's an eastbound coming, they'll light up red when a train's going through DeKalb. And if westbound's coming, it'll light up when something hits Elburn. So very convenient. And actually going both ways here at Cortland and Meredith, they still got C&W searchlights at them. Meredith's got the circle searchlights like you typically saw in the Burlington Northern. And then Cortland's got the C&W style searchlights. Let's see, Cortland, Nachusa, and Nelson still have searchlights at them for now. But I think UP's working on replacing those as well. Okay, Ryan, calm down, please. Why are we arguing about CP lines in Minnesota? Nah, don't time him out yet. If he keeps this up, then ban him. Not that I know of right now. We just had a eastbound and a westbound. Not too long ago, I got him at Francis Road east of here. And according to the ATCS, there seems to be nothing nearby. I thought there was more eastbounds coming out of Rochelle, but apparently not. I doubt 7929 will come by. Any one engine is hard to catch on Union Pacific system. It's hard enough to catch on BNSF, but it's even harder on Union Pacific. Let's see, what's the other one? 7692 as a K5HLA. Wasn't delivered with it, but it has it now. Yeah, I figured Rochelle's probably been dead. Nah, not on this line. This line used to be incredibly busy, but now action's gone down quite a bit. And I think part of that is due to Global 3 closing. And I think the other one too is the decline in coal traffic, because this line used to see quite a few coal trains. Wait, you found a Siren Type 3 on the Geneva? Where? I don't know about this. Must be out west. Because, I mean, I've followed all these crossings between Nelson and Elburn pretty closely in the last few weeks here. East Clinton. Interesting. I know you said you're heading out that way pretty soon. I might as well. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that, but I am going to start getting some of those crossings out there documented too before UP semenizes them. I shouldn't say that. Take that back. That was the wrong word. Before they get new Siemens signals. Why the hell did I say that? I should have known that was going to sound bad. Oh god, yeah, UP 5284 is a troll unit. Anything 5284 that's not CSX is a troll unit. You can add eyes to a lot of things, but don't add it to the end of Siemens. Learn that just now. At this point, Ryan, it seems like anything that doesn't have a newer bungalow at it is getting replaced. Even the signals that used to be at Meredith Road in Elburn got replaced. And those were installed in 2014. They only replaced them because it had an older bungalow at them. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to record everything now on this line, even if it has, like modern WCH signals. Because even those aren't safe anymore. But does it have the that PTC antenna? You can kind of see on the right side of that bungalow there, it's got the black antenna sticking out the top. Okay. I assume it's newer Siemens signals like these. Honestly, Nicholas, I don't understand. I don't know either. This crossing in particular, it had 2000s WCH signals at it before, and UP felt the need to replace those. UP doesn't have the money to finish the double tracking on the Joliet sub, but yet they can dump a ton of money onto new signals on this line. I don't get it. I can understand replacing like the older Siren signals from like maybe the late 70s and the 80s, but not the newer WCH signals. Yeah, I remember that, Ace. I don't think I shared it on here, but a couple months ago there was an Autorac train that went by La Plata. It had 8024 and 6933 on it, back to back. I was laughing my butt off when I saw that. Of course, 6932 trails again. We don't talk about that incident, Asa. We did not talk about that. The only thing that topped that was the trolling trio 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago. Okay, now ATCS is showing something at Cortland here. But if he's where he says he is, he should be right on top of us. And the signals aren't on, so I'm calling that a lie. Well, Ryan, you don't make the rules for my stream. I will phone when I want to. Yeah, there's one set of ABS signals out at Franklin Grove that don't turn off. They're really handy because out there ATCS coverage is spotty. And if nothing's coming on either track, all 4 signals will light up green. And now that mystery train is going through Cortland. The train somehow went by here and got through here and is now going through Cortland. ATCS, you screwy. No idea, Horn Show. No idea if there's even a train anywhere close by. Because this ATCS won't make up its mind. It does the same thing on here and on my desktop at home. GS Type 2, Asa? I see that quite a bit around here on UP. Although now everything's getting replaced by NEG bells with the new signals going in all over the place. Even one of the GS Type 3s in Malta now has NEG bells at it. I've got cellular internet coming through the car. It was built in with it in my 2018 Chevy Cruze. It's AT&T internet, and I get access to it thanks to OnStar Unlimited. About $50 a month. I'd say it's a pretty good deal. Yes, I got a Cruze, but a much better Cruze than what Bill had. He had the 2012. I got the last year of Cruzes that were ever made. Bill with his bad Cruze and countless trail of flat tires. I don't know how that man gets so many flat tires. Where does he drive? You know, I drive on a lot of back roads and poorly maintained roads, and I don't get flats like that. And right now I really need new tires because these are getting pretty bald. I got a little leak in one of them, but got that fixed. I don't know what Bill does to get so many flat tires. I guess Indiana just has a lot of nails in their road. Good thing I don't drive over there. Yeah, that's probably what happens. Drywall screws, yeah. Metal cans shouldn't cause flats too much. Which one would most likely go through northern Indiana? Probably any of the BNSF ones would be most likely. Bill actually did catch 8026 last year, or no, 2 years ago, going through Indiana. I don't know when the train's coming. It will come whenever. ATCS isn't being very reliable, so I can't really use that as a guide. Oh yeah, I guess 5284 would be more likely too. Forgot about that one. Whenever I think of raised letter K5HLBs, I just always think of the BNSF and KCS ones. I forget that 5284 and 8706 exist as well. I don't get confronted too much by railroad police. Usually by city cops. But most of them are pretty cool and just let me go. Without giving me too much of a hassle. The only main exception was 2 years ago in Edgerton. I think I told this story before about a cop who was lecturing me about, you know, people using my videos or pictures for nefarious reasons, and I'm helping to cause harm. Ugh. I was pretty PO'd that day. TRA, please. Oh, jeez. I can't remember the last time I was... Actually, no, I did get questioned by one railroad cop, CN. I was up by the refineries in Lamont, trying to photograph crossing up there. It wasn't at the entrance to the refineries, but it was close enough to it that it caused some stirs. I got questioned by the CN cop, and I think even a couple of the security guards. Hey, Bill himself is here. Bill, we were just talking about your flat tires. Hey, Drew, what's going on? Yep, Maple Park. That thing needs to just be torched and burned alive. 6920's RS5T. My God. Ah, the stream went out. God dang it. Where I go, I can't get good internet. At some point, I need to just set up on top of a cell tower. Gotta find a cell tower that's right next to the tracks and just set up on top of it. Then we'll get the best stream ever. From Rochelle, about 25 miles east of Rochelle. Most fouled horn I ever heard. There was a CSX AC-44 I caught a few years ago where only the number 2 bell was working on a K5LA. That was pretty bad. Trying to think what else. Can't think of too many really bad P horns I've seen in person. Kind of wish I rail fanned back in the 90s, back when everything had Leslie's, and every Leslie had at least one bell dead on it. There's a reason they switched from Leslie's to Nathan's. As much as Leslie's sound nice, they tended to foul up a lot easier than Nathan's do. Especially back in the S chamber days. It got better during the RS era, but still didn't quite do as good as K horns. Really, primes on NS? Oh, after the Conrail split. Okay. I didn't think Conrail had many primes. Those 2100 series are a basket case all on their own. You got tons of Leslie's, P3s, K3s, P5s, P3s, K123As, and the one K3LP. No, 9222 doesn't have it anymore. And it's not even an RS3L either. It was a tab back S3L. SU3L, I should add. That probably came off an Erie Lackawanna engine. Yeah, but I think now it's just a K5 on there, unfortunately. For too long, that'll probably be thrown into the C6M rebuild program. 9356. I didn't know about that one. Yeah, I remember catching 9052 back in 2014. That almost sounds like a Santa Fe RS3L more than a Conrail one. but it got replaced even before the rebuild. I know it's being rebuilt now, but it lost it even before then. I'm hoping we get some train action soon. There's a green now at YO78 near Rochelle, coming east, but I don't know if that's reliable or not. There's so many red lines between Rochelle and Cortland, and none of them are anything good. I can't remember if I don't think I've seen 5707. It's one I'd like to catch. And just 2 numbers up, the 5709's got a interesting sounding K3L. It might be a 3B in there. A 123B. Thankfully, I've seen 2291 a few times as well. Yeah, 6957. That thing used to sound alright, but I doubt it does nowadays. I'd stand outside, but there are a bunch of mosquitoes outside, and I do not have bug spray with me. So don't feel like getting bitten alive tonight. Only until a train starts... only until a train gets close. Oh yeah, the 8953 too. I've seen that once as well. It's actually up in Wisconsin. Yeah, I remember when 6920 sounded good. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I was lucky enough to catch that just 11 days after it was released from Altoona. It sounded really good then. I got it echoing through Mazan. There was a time. It was a short time, but there was a time. I just don't understand why those EMDs are so bad to P's and Leslie's. I mean, I know why, but why do they keep letting it happen? I mean, GEs have this figured out. Why can't EMD figure this out? Actually, it's not even just EMD. NS and CSX, they're the ones who reinstalled a lot of these horns on the long hood. And they still make them sound terrible. Well, yeah, solenoid valves, but the ones on GE sound pretty good. It's because of the... I think they're running higher pressure, plus they got a bigger air line going to them, which wears them out quicker. GEs do them just right. Got the right amount of air going to them. They don't foul up as easy. I think the Dash 9s were the sweet spots. The Gevos nowadays are a little more quiet. I think the Dash 9s had them just right as far as solenoids go. Oh yeah, 9542. I know I caught it at least once. I can't remember if I caught it twice or not. There was a time 9564 sounded good too. I saw that back in 2013. There was a time when most RS5Ts on NS sounded good. I need to get down to Bloomington and get the 6162 at some point. I've seen it in Ohio before, but now it's been running on the locals between Peoria and Bloomington, along with 911. Probably the best RS5T on a Dash 9 nowadays is 9779. That thing usually sounds pretty good. I think I did see it once, but it was so freaking stupid. I was at the Chicago line after working at Cedar Point one night, and I didn't feel like filming that night, and the train got close, and then all of a sudden, RS5T, like, damn it! And then my camera had a spaz attack, and I couldn't get any of it on video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 9779 too. Doof. That actually auto-corrected? What the heck? Translate on. Translated oof to doof. Which ones have K123As? Hold on, let me look at my list here. 2186 I know has one. Let's see what else. K123A. 2152 has a raised letter 1. And then 2186 and 2193 have narrow font ones. And then 2194, I have listed here, I think it has a 134A combo. It sounded really weird. I remember looking that up. Then 2143 has a K124. Always a pleasant sound to hear. I still haven't finished the 2140s yet on my list. Even though now they're starting to get retired, which is a shame. Uh, 2127 I have marked as a K3HA. That was as of 2016. That was a Hornet out off of Union Pacific. It's too bad none of those standard cab dash 8s retained their original K5Hs. Even though now 2114 has a raised letter K5H. Uh-oh. What's going on? Where the heck is that going? I don't think that's on the road here. Almost sounds like it's on Pritchard Road. Rip the 2127. 9078 has a K5HL. Nice. That one's got one of the early solenoids on it. Tend to have a fade to them. Timing for this crossing? I don't know what you mean by that. I guess I don't really pay attention to timing too much. Yeah, the little kitten I saved last year. God, I can't believe that was a year ago now. Found that kitten out by Haddon Road in Mazan. And, thankfully found the owner a few hours later. No, 4001 does not have a K5 LLE. It's a hybrid K5 LLA. Tier 4s? I don't know. I don't really think they're any louder than the normal Gevos. I don't know why everyone keeps thinking that's a K5 LLE. It's not. I mean, I get it does sound kind of similar, but it's not. So far, 6333 is the only one with a K5 LLE. I don't have every horn in my list here, so I might be missing that one. Let me see. I still got a lot of work to do on that. K3L, I think 2704 has. Yeah, no, I thought UP was going to be busier than this tonight. I don't know what the deal is. There's not even really a metro rush going on right now because of the stuff going on. Metro has been running on reduced schedules for the last month. And I thought there were more eastbounds out there, but they seem to have vanished. I think 7500 still has it. I think the other Dash 9 was it was either 9718 or 9719. Oh. Let me see if I got that one listed. Sometimes I'll see an engine with a cool horn and then I won't even think to put it in my list. Sorry about that again, guys. This internet just will not make up its mind. It's like it reboots every like 20 minutes or so. There's nothing I can do to help that. I don't know if there's any pure old cast P horns on NS. I think most of them are mixed cast, if they have any of the old cast bells. There was a UP-9 though with a pure old cast P3. Which one was, let's see, which one was that? That was 9670. And unfortunately, I think that one is in storage now, so won't be hearing that anytime soon. The E60s had old cast P01235s for the most part. At least that's what they were delivered with. I think later on some of them got P5s and P5As. Oh yeah, I gotta love 9336. And that one's kind of odd too, and only the number 1 and number 5 are facing forward on that one. The 2, 3, and 4 are reversed. The story behind 6233, basically I think NS received sample horns of Leslie replacements from Nathan. The K5 LLE was meant to be a replacement for the S5T or an RS5T, and the K3LP was meant to be a replacement for the RS3L. And NS got one of each. 6333 got the K5 LLE, and 5827 got the K3LP. And so far, nothing else has come about of that. They got those back in 2017, and no other engines have gotten those horns on NS. That CN-8 you caught a few months ago, Bill, that turned everything into not quiet zones. I don't know how KCS gets those K3LPs. They weren't even a Leslie user. Why are they getting the K3LPs? You need to swap those 3Bs with number 3s and then put those 3Bs on more K5HLs. We need more K5HLBs out there. Ah, yes, CSX 559. I want to know how that got that. I'm guessing that horn came off one of those HLCX leasers that were former Burlington Northern. That's had an RS3K for over a decade now, which is really surprising. Yeah, I'd love to do a prime version of the Mud RS3P. I just don't have the prime bells to do that. I've got a 990, but I need a 920. '23, 22. That one's got a 25, 31, 55. So basically an RS3L with a 55 in place of the 44. 2316 has a Mud RS3P. on BNSF, and 2747. 2747 is really nice because that one's got a manual valve. Reminds you of BN. Except most of the BN horns were fouled up. You rarely ever heard a good RS3K or Prime 990 in the glory days of Burlington Northern. The CSX AC44 397 is a P5, which replaced a K5HL. Oh, 1158's horn. That one's got a 1, 1, and 3 combo. 2 number 1s and a number 3. Don't ask me why. That's just what it has. It had a K3H before, and then the number 2 got replaced by a second number 1. Ugh, 3550. Oh my god. 2 31s and a 44. That thing needs to be shot. I need to keep doing more research on those BNSF Jeeps, because there's some real oddities in those. I think I was working on the 2300s a while back. Let's see. Yeah, good chunk of the 2200s and the 2900s or 2300s. Let's see. There's my list there. 2290's got a sick S3L, dead 44. Don't take anything from that RS3T label. That's just something I created to mark the Mutt RS3K. That is not an official designation. Do not take that as such. At some point I should probably change that. But yeah, Mutt RS3K on 2297. Don't know how it sounds because I haven't seen a video of it. 3Ks in a row. Dead 37. S3K, tabback chambers. Prime 990 on 2306. Sick Prime 990 overblowing 48. 2316's got the Mutt RS3P. RS3L on 2318. Mutt RS3K on 2320. 253155 on 2322. Linear K3s. There's a P3 on 2333. A K124 on 2340. And a bunch of other primes. Prime 920 on 2359. And apparently a Newcast P5 on 2368. Let me pull up the video of that. Hopefully this doesn't sound horrible on these speakers. And the internet's gone out again. Lovely. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, poor connection. There we go. And it was still in BN paint, too, at the time. That's a weird sound to hear coming from a BN Jeep. Alright, enough of that. Yeah, it was a P5 on a BN Jeep. If these signals don't light up by 8:30, I think I'm going to end the stream there. Sorry not getting any trains, guys. I thought it was going to be much busier than this. Yeah, but UP is indecisive sometimes. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me for 5927. Yeah, I know, that thing was a gem to find on a Gevo. Even if it sounded really weird, just the fact that it was an in-service tabback S5T, that was unbelievable. I'm glad I caught it when I did last year. Of course, now CSX has got their special painted units in storage, with seemingly no plans to release them anytime soon. Yeah, that's why you haven't been seeing any videos of those. They've been stored since like last November. I guess supposedly one of the higher-ups at CSX didn't really like it and ordered them all to be stored. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but wouldn't surprise me. At least that's just what I've heard. What video is that, Jack? I'm not going to open that on my phone. Oh yeah, that thing. I know that 80 Mac rebuild program was rumored for a long time. It kept sounding like they were going to do it, and then they just canceled it and got rid of all of them. That was a real sad thing to see. I'll get tired all of a sudden, jeez. Probably back to the Hudson P50 if I were to guess. Just gonna go crawl up in that horn there and sleep for the night. Maybe I should get up there and film that at some point. It needs another good video. Hey, you doing anything for First Tuesday, Bill? I'm thinking of doing a retake of the S6 Thunderbolts next Tuesday. What's up with those GE cast K5HLs? I don't know what the deal is with those things. Supposedly they were made in China, and yet they were made by GE. And I think Nathan sued them for that. They didn't have permission to use that design. That's why now the latest BNSF Jevas have been getting regular K5HLs again. It's a shame too, because those GE ones sounded really nice. I am going to be doing some trips later this year out to Pennsylvania. My mom's moving out. My mom and stepdad are moving out to Conneaut Lake here pretty soon, in June. So once they do that, I'm going to start taking at least a few trips per year out that way. Crawford County's got tons of fire sirens. And some of them go off like 4 or 5 times a day. So I definitely need to get out there and film those. Crawford County's got quite a decent mixture of sirens. The only bad thing about Crawford County is that there's no set testing time for them, as far as I know. I've never been able to find any information on that. They do a yearly siren test for severe weather awareness, but that's about it. And that usually happens in March, sometimes May. So even that's not consistent as far as when that happens. I think they actually canceled it for this year because of the pandemic going on. A bunch of sentries. What is that? Darley Champion. Well, supposedly there's a Darley Champion in Spartansburg, though I haven't been able to find it. And one Wheelan 083 in Centerville. And then one Eclipse as well. There's a good variety out there. And most of them do fire calls for the respective departments. But no set testing time for any of them. And I think the only one in the county that doesn't even blast is Meadville's STH-10. Vernon Central's STL-10 used to do a 6 p.m. blast, but not anymore. Another 12 minutes here and I'll probably end it. Unless we get a signal turn on. Which doesn't look like it's going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, I do have ATCS, but unfortunately it's not being very reliable. There's one green there at YO78. That's been like that for a while now, and nothing appears to be showing up. There's red lines all over the place here, but none of those are any trains. This map is screwy sometimes. There's a green up there at Galt. I don't know what that is. One thing I'll definitely be doing out that way in September is the yearly test for Beaver Valley. Get some more equinoxes recorded. I love that system. Wish they went off more times per year than just one. Well, supposedly the ones in Ohio are set off on Ohio SWA as well in March. But I don't think anyone's tried that yet. The worst siren tests, as far as like the siren being really screwy or just not sounding. I'll see, I'll answer for both. As far as like the worst sounding siren, it'd probably be the Clyde SRN from 2015. That thing really took me by surprise at how bad that thing was. The slowest windup I've ever heard on a 2001 in my life. And as far as ones that like didn't sound, one that made me actually pretty angry was earlier in 2015 when I did try a 2001 SRN in Ottawa, Illinois. What is it with SRNs? I don't know. But Ottawa was late that day, and I called them a couple times to see if they would set them off. And as I was in the middle of a call with them, I could hear the distant sirens wind up. And typically they run 3 minutes of alert, but that day they did 3 minutes of attack. And unfortunately the one I was at did not sound off. So that made me pretty angry. And this was also after I had difficulty even finding the siren. It was kind of buried in a neighborhood on the west side of town. So yeah, those are the worst in both of those regards. Yeah, that Clyde SRM was definitely being an SJC wannabe. Worst crossing bell I've ever heard? Let's see, as far as mechanical bells go, that would be the WCH mechanical bell at Leggett Street in Wasion, Ohio. Look up the videos of that. That thing sounded really bad. And I guess kind of a close tie with that would be the Satran mechanical bell that used to be at Carbon Hill Road in Coal City. That got replaced in 2014. As far as the worst e-bells I've ever heard, I've heard a WCH e-bell ring at the fastest ring speed possible, in Gardner before. That was in January 2018. And then March 2018, one of the NEG bells at 113 at Braidwood started going bad. That thing was super scratchy. Oddly enough, it almost sounded louder in that regard than it did working normally. Normally those NEG bells are very quiet. Last chance for any trains to show up. Come on, trains. Oh yeah, I think I know which video you're talking about. It was, actually there were two examples. One was Sherman, Illinois, and the other was in Odell. Both on the Joliet and Springfield subs. Those were WCHE bells that were messing up really badly. They've both since been fixed. Oh yeah, I remember that video from Wheaton. Glad to see that got replaced. I was kind of sad to see that they actually replaced the ASC bell in Wheaton. Was it Wheaton or was it Glen Ellen? I know one of those towns had an ASC bell, and unfortunately it got replaced. Yeah, I need to get the one out there filmed at some point myself. Plus, I need to get pictures out there. It happens to all of us at some point. Yeah, I suppose I could take a little drive out that way. 1 second here. Well, now I'm getting a poor connection, of course. Yeah, I guess I'll take a quick little drive here. Since no train action's happening, I guess I'll at least show the new signals. My cruise is still good, doing good, Bill. Yep, here's the new signals at Pleasant Street. See, still got the old bungalow there. They just did this in the last few days. Yep. Typical newer Siemens signals. Looks like the signals at Cortland and Maple Park are both red. So, I don't think we're getting anything. Now swing over to... Oh, that's gonna fall. Swing over to Liberty Street real quick. Been fighting the rain all day today. And thankfully it went away just before I started the stream. Yeah, here's the new signals at Liberty Street. Again, still got the old bungalow in. And that one still has its light on too for some reason. Yeah, sad to see the old C&W signals go, but I'm gonna see a lot more of the C&W signals disappear pretty soon. Yeah, I'll swing around to County Line Road too. That got new signals last year, 2018. The heck? Golf cart or something? Yeah, typical newer UP installs with any GE bills. That is an active cop. I was holding my phone up. That would have been a ticket for me. Yep, here's County Line Road. Again, same thing, just with side lights. I'm kind of curious though. There's still conduits sticking out of the ground. I don't know what they're doing with that. All the other conduit has been buried now. I don't know what that's for. Who knows? There was an active cop sitting alongside the road, and I was holding my phone up, so that would have been a ticket for me if he saw that. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. No, there were no train lights. Those were either the crossing bungalow lights or the wayside signals. So I don't think we're getting any trains, so I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks guys for joining. Sorry we saw no trains tonight, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.